before I get started with the actual review, I recommend you go check out my Chikara Global Gauntlet Night 1 review. I'll be doing Night 2, that'll be coming up eventually. My Best of Necro Butcher Volume 1 and 2 reviews, it's 2 videos, I'll be in the link there or there, I don't know, I don't care. And Viva La Raza, The Legacy of Eddie Guerrero 3-disc set review. Check them out, please, and subscribe if you like getting reviews on indie wrestling, which is a lot of what I'm doing these days, especially stuff from Smart Mark. We started off onto the Armageddon review. Ooh, I need to say it. Koslov versus Matt Hardy. This match was fine. Basically, had Koslov working over Matt Hardy, being dominant. Lots of arm bars and hammer locks and things like that, and Matt Hardy constantly trying to get out of it. Then Matt Hardy finally got out of it, and he thought he was going to win. He was pulling out all the stocks. Koslov got the win, which I don't like because Matt Hardy's name is virtually identical to my own name. But I like Koslov as well, so I'm not too disappointed about it. But it does make the ECW title look like shit when Matt Hardy is defeated by Koslov, a guy who does, and it was a non-title match. So yeah. Next up we had CM. I don't have any notes in between. I think there was a thing in between there with Finlay or Hornswoggle or something. Yeah, whatever. Next we had Punk vs. Rey Mysterio in a match I really liked. I knew that these guys could do something special together. I like the announcers. They said, it's the first time they've ever wrestled. Wrong! It's not the first time they've wrestled. You can see them wrestling on YouTube here in the Indies. And maybe, I mean, of course they're not going to acknowledge the Indies, but whatever. I just like saying wrong. The match was pretty fun because Punk looked good, and Rey Mysterio was better than he has been in the past few years because he did pull out some things that he hasn't done before, or he rarely does, including Mystico's swing around armbar thing, which is a lot of fun. They started with mat wrestling, which I didn't understand because I thought, nobody wants to see you two mat wrestling. They want to see you run around and have a high-paced match, which you're both good at. So and eventually they did get into it, but they started off working over the arm. That was the story. But then the arm didn't even play a factor later on. They just did a lot of high flying. Rey Mysterio always looking like he had the upper hand on Punk until Punk in the end hit the GTS and got the win. Very good match. Punk reversed a spinning head. Rey Mysterio was obviously sitting on his shoulders, electric chair position, went to spin around obviously for the Hurricane Runner, and Punk reversed it and hit the go sleep. 3 1/4 stars. I don't remember my name moves. I haven't since about 2002, since I last played them as intensely. It was the last time I played a wrestling video game and really remembered what the moves were called. And plus my memory's failing me, so fucking. And plus WWE doesn't call moves, so that doesn't help. And in the indie scene, I just don't listen to commentary. Then we had a HBK promo where JBL came out and said HBK was his new thing, new employee. HBK said, I've been struggling with the economy. Yeah, sure you have. And then he's like, I bet you're all thinking, yeah, sure I have. And, I was thinking, sure you have. Like, well, I invested my money poorly, blah, blah, blah. Now I've got no money, blah, blah, blah. And then he said, now I'm JBL's employee. And everyone's like, boo. And that was what. I don't know why they keep doing these HBK promos on pay-per-view. I guess it's because people want to see HBK and can't exactly put him in a match every pay-per-view because of his physical condition. And he also took a shot at the indie scene. He didn't want to be seen as a tragedy and all that. Then we had an Orton promo. Well, it wasn't really an Orton promo, but you had a lisp fest between Manu and Cody Rhodes. God, Cody Rhodes looks like a lizard. Whatever. Then we had Finlay versus Mark Henry. It was better than I thought it would be. Matt Striker was awesome on commentary. But it wasn't a bad match. It was just better than I thought it would be. I mean, the match hit its peak, and then it kept going. After Henry snapped the shillelagh, I thought they should have done something to end it there because the crowd was going a bit nuts there. And they kept going for like 2 more minutes or 3 more minutes, and they should have just ended it there. And it would have been better than what it was. 2 1/4 stars. Would have been 2.5 if they'd ended it when I wanted it to. Then you had Santino backstage promo with the Divas. That was a whole lot of fun. You had Boogeyman and Goldust. That was a whole bunch of fun. Santino squealing like a girl and claiming, pretty much acting like Slammy on his own. Kennedy had a backstage vignette thing where he said, drink responsibly and don't take drugs. Yeah, you'd be one to tell him about that, wouldn't you, Kennedy? Next we had Batista versus Orton. This was a bit boring. I think there was... oh yeah, Orton was working over Batista's arm. Everyone's just been working over arms. Orton was working over Batista's arm. Of course, it didn't play a factor in the match later on. You just had Batista sell it for a little bit, and then just was like it didn't matter again. Sell it later on. Batista beat Orton in a pretty bland match. Here's the thing: I don't like either of these wrestlers as in-ring workers. I find them both. I find Batista boring, and I find Randy Orton, while good, his moveset is bland, and everything about his matches are pretty bland. I never get really too into them. But yeah, I probably dislike Orton more because I find Batista quite funny. He's amusing to me. But really, Orton should have won this match, but he didn't. Then we had 2 3/4 for Batista versus Orton. It was just meh. Sounds a little Divas in green versus Divas in red, basically. I can't remember much from this match except for a couple of botched moves. But the announcers were the best I'd ever heard. That was just brilliant. All of them going on. And for once, Michael Cole actually laughed, and it sounded like it wasn't getting Vince going, laugh into the microphone, so Michael Cole's fucking ears bleeding and having to do his fake laugh. Whenever they do something funny, he actually sounded like he was having fun. All the announcers sounded like they were having fun. The match itself, as I said, I can't remember much about it. Because it was just pretty boring. So 1 3/4. You had Michelle McCool do the Styles Clash, and I was just like, what? So yeah, then we had Carly come out with his guy, and then Carly came along to save the pay-per-view, obviously. And then Mae Young came out, and I thought, ooh, I wonder where this... Well, I knew Mae Young was going to come out before it happened. And then when Mae Young jumped up on Carly and started kissing him, it was revolting, and Taz had the best response to it ever. He just went, subtle. And then we had Cena versus Y2J. This match started off with "You Can't Wrestle" chants to Cena, obviously. Not much to say. It was like the last month's match, of course, with less storytelling and more high-paced. It was all right for the majority of the match, but the last few minutes, it was about on par with the match they had last month or whenever it was. I felt until the last few minutes where it really just went really well and was pretty exciting with the reversals and the submissions, and a way to really make submissions exciting. 3 3/4 stars. I bet you I'm going to have Marks going, oh, I don't think it was that. It was 2 stars at very best. So, fuck you. And then we had the triple threat match between Jeff Hardy, Triple H, and who's that other guy? Oh, yeah, Edge. For the WWE title, this was a lot of fun. It started off like a pretty standard triple threat match. Eventually, you had Jeff Hardy get speared from one announce table through to another by Edge, and so he was out of the match from about halfway to nearly the end. They kept wrestling. Koslov came out and tried stopping Triple H from winning. Matt Hardy came out and saved the day and beat up Koslov. Edge got 2 chairs, was going to hit Triple H with them, and then Jeff came and saved the day. Triple H got a pedigree. Jeff Hardy won the belt, and by swanton, Triple H rolled out of the ring. It was all a lot of fun. Congratulations to Jeff. Let's hope he doesn't take drugs and ruin it and get fired. What a tool. The match itself, as I said, was very, very exciting because, the action was continuous because it was a triple threat match, obviously. 4 1/4 stars. Pay-per-view rating, I give it 7.5 out of 10. And it was really, really saved by the last 2 matches, as well as Punk versus Rey Mysterio. Everything else was average to, sort of just boring or bland. Mark Henry and Finlay did better than I expected, but, Koslov and Matt was just bleh. Batista versus Orton under-delivered, and the Divas match was just 5 minutes of crap. So, it wasn't a bad pay-per-view. Wasn't terribly exciting, but really does get extra credit because Jeff won the title, and I'm not a Jeff fan, but, it's something a bit different. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, you fuckers.